So hey everyone, welcome to the Strapi CMS tutorial series. I am Sick Coder, a web developer with experience in building modern web applications that tools like React, Next.js and Headless CMS platforms like Strapi, AEM and many more. So in this series we are going to deep dive into Strapi, a powerful headless CMS that's changing the way we build backends. Whether you are a developer, a freelancer, or a part of a startup looking to create scalable digital products, this course is for you. By the end of this course, you will be able to build a complete backend using Strapi and connect with your frontend like React or Next.js and even deploy it. So we will cover everything from installation, content modeling, roles and permissions, media uploads, APIs like REST and GraphQL with authentication and real world use cases. So let's start it. So first we understand what is Strapi and expanded scripts with CMS types plus headless CMS explanation. So first, before we jump into what Strapi is, let's understand what a CMS actually is and the different types of CMS available today. So our next question is what is CCMS? So CMS stands for Content Management System. It's a tool that helps you manage digital content like blog posts, images, videos, and blog product details without writing much code. So, next is types of CMS. There are mainly three types of CMS. So, first is traditional CMS, also called monolithic CMS. In a traditional CMS, the front end and back end are tightly coupled. So you manage content and also display it from the same system. Examples WordPress and Drupal. So it's easy to set up for blogs, small sites, but it's less flexible for custom front-end frameworks like React or mobile apps. So second in decoupled CMS. In a decoupled CMS, the backend, content management and front-end we separated but still connected internally. The CMS manages the content and can push into a separate frontend by APIs. So it's more flexible than traditional CMS, still has some dependencies between the two parts. And now the third one is headless CMS. Now here's where Strapi comes in. It's a headless CMS. So first is headless means it has no front end or head. It focuses only on management the content and exposing it by APIs like REST or GraphQL. So you are completely free to build your front end however you want using React, Vue, Angular, mobile apps, static site generators, or even smart devices. The Strapi comfortable with all. So imagine Strapi as a brain that stores your content and front end can be anything that puts that content show it in a custom way. So why is this better? In today's world, where we build websites, mobile apps, and even smart TVs, and the CMS gives you the flexibility to reuse your content across all platforms with a single backend. So here we started with traditional CMS, moved to decoupled, and now we are in the era of headless CMS. The Strapi is one of the leading headless CMS options out there, especially for JavaScript developers. It's built using Node.js compiler, which makes it lightweight, fast, and natural fit for modern web developers' workflows. Even who knows the JavaScript and it's comfortable for him to write the code in JS. It's more easy and flexible way to develop the code in Node.js, and they can also develop their custom code in Strapi because it's built on Node.js. So why is Strapi built on Node.js? So Strapi is built using Node.js and that's very intentional and smart choice. Let's break down why. So first is modern web development is JavaScript driven. In today's web development world, JavaScript is everywhere, both the front end and back end. Frameworks like React, Next.js, and Vue use JavaScript for building user interface. So this by using Node.js on the back end. So Strapi gives the entire stack in one language, JavaScript. This means developers don't need to switch between languages like PHP or Python. Easier learning curve for full stack developers and seamless integration with front-end frameworks. Now, second is higher performance. Node.js is only known for being fast and efficient, especially for applications that handle a lot of API requests, which is exactly what a CMS does. Node.js uses non-blocking, event-driven architecture, and it's great for handling multiple users and API calls simultaneously. Now, it's also for better developer experience. JavaScript developers feel right at home with Strapi. Since most front-end developers already know JavaScript, picking up Strapi is much easier than using a CMS built in something like PHP or Ruby. So because Strapi is open source and built in Node.js, the developers can customize routes, extend functionality, build custom plugins, and also using the same language that they already use on the front end. So our final is Strapi using Node.js because it's fast, scalable, developer friendly, and perfectly aligned with today's JavaScript driven web development landscape. So it helps team move faster, build better APIs, and scale across platforms. So now let's talk about what Strapi actually is. Strapi is a headless CMS, which means it focuses only on managing and delivering content via an API, and it doesn't care about you present that content on the front end. You can connect it to any front end, React, Vue, Angular, mobile apps, even IoT. So it's built using Node.js and which makes it lightweight, fast, familiar for modern JavaScript developers. So there are mainly two options to use Strapi. First is self-hosted, where you install Strapi on a server and local machine, and next is Strapi Cloud, which is a fully managed service provided by Strapi team. No need to worry about hosting, updates, or scaling. Strapi also gives you flexibility to use RESTful APIs or GraphQL APIs. You can choose whatever works best for your project and switch between the easily. Now, so why you use Strapi? So now, why should even consider using Strapi? First, it fits perfectly into web development workflows. The front end and back end are decoupled, meaning you can work on them independently. You can scale your front end and back end separately and reuse your API across different platforms like a website and mobile app. There are so many use cases for Strapi: building a market website, creating an e-commerce backend, managing content for mobile app, setting up a blog or document system. So if we compare it with traditional CMS like WordPress, in WordPress the backend and front end are tightly coupled. It's harder to build modern custom front ends with React or Vue. Strapi, on the other hand, is API first, designed for developers who want full control. And also the Strapi has growing ecosystem of plugins, things like image optimization, GraphQL support, SSO, email services that make it easy to add features without starting from scratch. And even you can upload the images on Strapi also, and by attaching them also by plugin like S3, Cloudinary Sport. So even you can deploy your assets on plugin directly and export it by the link and showcase that link in your front end, which helps you to customize your front asset optimization. And if you want a size to be customized, and if and even if you want the three variants of your asset optimization like small, medium, and large. So Strapi here is between, like it's also provides you the size of the image like what you want on your front end, and it's also optimize your performance on the front end, like it's basically reduce the timing and also size of the downloaded content on the front end. So it makes your front end faster with Next.js with SEO performance and also with React.js. So we will now cover the rest of the topics in next video. So is the now introduction of Strapi, like what is Strapi and how is working. So next we will talk about its installation part, and we will walk through around the dashboard of Strapi like home, content manager, media, content builder, its plugins, its marketplace, its tools, its settings, and what are the APIs that it provides and how are their configurations. So in next class we will cover everything, and in 30 days of series of phase 1 we will cover the basic and medium architecture of Strapi. And after 30 days you can even build your sites with Strapi, like modern websites like Amazon and Flipkart, and even showcase your products from Strapi also. And even the author can author and change the content also in future. So bye guys. So we will in next class. So goodbye.